Good morning. This morning we've come back to our old haunt, which is Worthington Lakes, and then we're going up into Harley Wood. The reason we've come back here is we said a few weeks ago there's going to be loads of bluebells, so fingers crossed the bluebells are out this time. But as we're walking down we found this. If you've got this growing in your garden, it's a rush. This tells you that your garden is wet. So it's a lovely plant, it's a wild plant, but it's actually quite effective if you've got a pond or a damp spot. It's quite a nice looking thing, and when I was a kid we used to pull these up, and I'll do this sometime. Used to pull them up like that, and you can make corn dollies out of these, and I will do one and show you what it looks like at some point. But they're hollow inside, and they've got they look like they've got what's it called, polystyrene inside. So it's an interesting plant, but as I said, it's telling you that this ground is absolutely wet through. Oh, come on Norman. Well, I'll go, you video it. Come on Norman. There's a troll. It's like Donkey off Shrek. Come on.
You know, sometimes they put wire netting over it. Yeah. He would never walk across.
Good enough. This is an old elderberry. Now, for an elderberry, this is big. But I just love how dead elderberry goes. It gets all these little pimples on it. It's got cracks in it, and quite often, like this one underneath, it twists as well. You see, you get twists in it. We did one last week. It looked like a narwhal. But this tree, the other side of it, is still alive, so it's not given up the goat yet. But it's beautiful. I just love elderberry wood. This is a willow. You can see it's been cut off there, which is then woken an auxiliary bud up at the back, and and all the auxiliary buds on the back have started to grow, and it's gone back into a tree again. So that shows you, don't be frightened of cutting willow trees, because they respond well to pruning. Look at that, Bob. That tree there. It was a willow. It was growing in the water, and its roots were going straight out into the water. The wind's blown it over, so all the roots are high and dry now. It's scarred. But this is the willow lying down. It'll just grow that way. It won't be bothered.
Still growing.
Very common. I think it's a goat willow, we call that one. This is a reservoir for drinking water, and this here normally is a waterfall, so all the surplus water goes down there and it goes down into River Douglas, but it's 2 foot low. We've not had any rain in March 2025. Not had any rain for the whole of March near enough, so the reservoir's dropping, and that's why when we get in the river you'll notice how low the river is. That's why we've come back as well, because we can then walk on the bottom of the river and look for fossils. Come on now. at this, Bob. River Douglas, just a trickle. And if you look on that fence there, what goes through the tunnel, you can see it was a good 6 or 8 foot deeper during the flood. Now that tunnel was underneath and it comes out at what we call the bleach works. I don't know how long it is, but it's a fair distance, and it's basically, it goes under so that they have the reservoir and the fields underneath. To sort of canalise the river, but it's very low. This is that tree that went over, and that's the outflow for that watermill. We now know a lot more about it. The Wigan Archaeology Society posted a page on the last video, so I can update the video. But there's a picture of that tree growing out that's now dead. Dandelion growing in the woods. So it just shows you a dandelion is a wild flower. A weed, and the definition of a weed, is any plant growing in the wrong place. So if that's growing in your garden and you don't like it, it's a weed. If you do like it, it's a wildflower. So if you leave a weedy patch with British native wildflowers in it in your garden, you can say, that's my environmental bit. So you're not a lazy gardener, you've actually you're growing wildflowers, because the bees and the butterflies need the British natives so they can jump from one garden to another. So dandelions are one of the first real good nectar plants for bees. And I said on my video last week, actually it was on Instagram, you can eat the leaves as a lettuce. You can make coffee out the roots, you can make a drink out the lemonade, you can make beer. Every part of a dandelion's edible. So it's a brilliant plant. I love them. When the daffodils finish, the dandelions take over on the roadsides. And to be honest, they're nearly, if not better, than daffodils. Can you get that bud on, Bob? See, it's black, so we know now, if it looks burnt like an ash, it's an ash tree. Now the big problem with ash trees, there's a disease now that's come in the country. It's come from Southern Europe, I think, and our ash trees are not immune to it, where some of the Southern European ash trees are immune to it. And basically what it does, if I find one in the woods, it forms a lesion on the stem, a bit like a canker on an apple, and that kills the fungus, gets in through a wound, makes this big oval shaped lesion, and that then kills all the xylem, is it, or phloem, I can never remember, water from the roots going up to the leaves. So if you get an ash tree and suddenly all the leaves start wilting and it starts dying, look for the stem, and it may have this. I think it's going to kill every ash tree in the UK, and then we'll have to get some more resistant strains going again. Hello. Don't get swept away. Hey, look at that, Bob. That must have been remnant to that watermill. Can you see it's got a big piece of iron or something bolted to it?
Yeah.
The foundation stone for something. And there's another one there. Here's one that is a wildflower. It's a herb and also classed as a weed in a garden. It's called Herb Robert. Find it all over in your garden. Now it's a member of the geranium family, so if you take a leaf off and smell it, it's very aromatic. Smell that. That's why it's called Herb Robert. There is a use for it. I'll try and find out and put it on the bottom of the video. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's very, very common in gardens. Classed as a weed in gardens. Wildflower is. Right, last time we came here I asked at this point, does anybody know anything about this? This was where they diverted the River Douglas and it came down here, it went down that tunnel and it drove a watermill. Now we found out that the watermill, thanks to the guy who put it on from the Wigan, put a sheet on about the Wigan Archaeologist Society, they'd done a survey of it and this watermill was here to grind up some kind of wood from America to make it into a yellow dye, and then they used to mix charcoal with it and make a black dye, and then behind it we've now found out there was 2 mine shafts. So we reckon this water mill drove a dye works and 2 mine shafts. We didn't know that. This was the water wheel, sorry, the millstone from the water mill, and from what we can gather, there used to be on their end like a car wheel going round in pairs, crushing this wood from America to make this yellow dye, and then behind Bob and a bit further up, it used to, we think, nobody knows, the winding gear and maybe the pump for the 2 coal mines that were behind here. So this water wheel, this water mill, we did a lot more video on it on a previous video. So you'll have to go back and find that one. You know, tick, 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 tick. Don't look at Bob. Here, Bob. That's supposed to be. That's supposed to be a fence round the mine shaft, and we now know that this is a mine shaft. So I'm not going to jump in there.
1,400 feet deep.
Is it?
Ah,
No, I'm not jumping in there.
don't.
Now last week we did the big fat buds on sycamore. This week we've now got leaves on the sycamore, and they're already getting some honeydew on them. They're very prone to getting green fly and all that sticky stuff coming off. Not as bad as a lime. Lime are even worse.
I think this other pit was here.
There. Now that's a proper mine shaft, that, Bob.
Yeah.
You can see it. And there's the fence to keep people from falling in it. That's amazing.
What's holding that up? Is it a concrete plug? Or would it be a...
It's just full of mud.
Is it full of wood?
Full of, they just filled it in, haven't they?
What, all 1400 feet of it?
I don't know. I hope so. Found a few cans, a bit of litter, but you can see that there must have been a remnant of sugar in there when it was thrown away. It's a Budweiser can, it's faded, but the rat or a mouse has gnawed its way through the aluminium to get a little bit of sweet liquid, or bitter.
Maybe it likes Bud Light.
That's come from that way. Yeah, a runner bottle from 70s. The Lucas here, it would be. There's a fish. Or some kind of nymph. And there's these here that looks like little snails or caddisfly larvae or something. This stream should be 3 foot deep. So everything's having to migrate and live together. We need some rain. I can't say I'm saying that. Stream joins the River Douglas, so we're on the side now. That's where we videoed before. And you can see the water pit mill people put an actual wall in there. Another one there, going along. Same one, isn't it, all the way along?
Yeah.
Look at this, Bob. That's how dry it's been. That's moss and normally lives on a rock and it's happy, and now it's that dry. Things are dying. Look at that stone. The balsam are coming. The invasion of the Himalayan balsam. There's another rock being drilled here. That's got metal in it. Piece of stone with metal in it. Norman, you're such a nosy dog.
Balance in there, Dave. On the log. How do we get down here?
Huh?
On these slippy rocks.
I don't know.
Huh?
I'm just looking at the bottom looking for fossils.
Oh! God,
That all sorts of pain, isn't it?
it's sticking in my eyes. How the
Well, they've put a wall in here to stop this river from washing that banking away. But look at it, it's a stream now. This beautiful little sunny spot here. You've got wood anemones, and then you've got little tiny sycamore trees coming up. It's like a little miniature jungle.
Oh, there's that pelvis or whatever in the water
Oh
there.
yeah.
Norman's looking for the way around. Oh, and he's found it.
There's another one on foundation stone there.
Come on, get over this.
It's like it almost looks like a railway thing.
Yeah.
See, this we've just found. It's either a meteorite or it's a piece of slag or something from smelting iron. We just found it at the bottom of the river. Norman's going to try and drown getting it. Yeah, Bob. That fossil was found at the bottom of here in the Carboniferous layer that we found on the last video. How many millions of years is that above our heads? Because it landed, that fossil was made 300 million years ago.
It just falls apart.
Yeah. And then there's 100 million years of mud, and then the dinosaurs.
I think it's more than, this is only a little fraction.
So we reckon that fossil we found was a fossil and dinosaurs were walking over it. Dinosaurs were they 80 million years ago,
Something like that.
and this fossil was 300 million years, 100 years before the dinosaurs.
100 million.
They're not say 100 million, 100 million. And that's when the coal was put down, the Carboniferous era. A little deer's walked up here.
Oh dear.
Yeah? Oh dear.
Bluebells are starting to come out there.
Hello. Hello? Can I help you? Norman, it's for you. Go again. Look at that. A boulder covered in mudstone. Apparently, British Isles has got more different kinds of stone than anywhere, I think. Best place to be a geologist. There's another piece of that meteorite. Or slag. See what's underneath? Could be a fish. Oh, nothing. Oh, there's freshwater shrimps. Look at that sparkling there. Got silicon in it. Yeah, I thought there'd be something under there. Put everything back as you found it. That's an old brick. Look at that one. You can tell that's old, can't you? No, but what are you going to do with a brick? we found this again. Now, I think, looking at the way it's formed, and especially that bit there, I think this is a base, like where the trunk came out the ground of one of them stigmaria trees. But that definitely looks plant-like there.
Yeah.
Who knows? Bob's just found an interesting thing. We don't know what it is. I mean, it's sedimentary, which is that layer. So it's whether or not it's just something that's just very interesting. It's obviously millions of years old, whatever it is. And I've just found this in this. It's like a post. I don't think it's concrete. I think it's stone.
Yeah, it's been chiselled out for a post, isn't it? Or
Yeah. There must definitely have been some kind of a foundry here. More of that. Are you keeping that, Bob?
Yeah.
That's how deep this stream's been. It's rammed a log and I can't move it. Oh, I can move it. Rammed a log into that crack. And that tree, there's normal. Sycamore. We're right on the edge. Lovely, look at this bit here, Bob. A modern enemy. Beautiful. Oh, Norman. A swimming bit. Oh, I've got a water. Didn't make a splash then. Didn't do it with swimming lad, did you, Norman? Still rather walk than swim. This looks like a stigmaria one, but it's just a piece of tree.
Oh,
Yeah,
little foot.
yeah, it's where aliens have landed. This is a damn shame. Look at all this moss dying at dry. Now, what this is that dry back. Yeah.
Watch out for that pointy bit there.
Watch out for that tree. Yeah, come on this side, Bob, you can see. I reckon that could be it. You see the mycelium grew up in the inside. It's killed it. An ash. Right down there you can see out mycelium and out wounds. I mean, that's what it looks like, Bob. You see on the... That's proper bark, and that's the ash dieback, I think. Well, I thought we found a fossil, would you? That's metal, isn't it? A metal bar. Yeah, that's a spike. And if that's lead round the top, it's been driven in like that.
Yeah, with lead poured
The
in.
lead poured into. There's signs of industry everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
Won't be a walk without finding some coal, and that's the first sign of coal. That woodworm in that piece of oak. Looks like it's been machine gunned. And look at this here, Bob. There's a piece of limestone or something. It's got boulders in it. And rivers eroded it and brought the boulders out. Amazing.
Says
That's so you know where you're at. This is the next stage of Himalayan balsam. So there's its cotyledons, its first true leaves, and now it's starting to go. Soon be 8 foot tall and spreading its seeds everywhere. Here, Norman, kill. Good boy. Oh, hit me green, Bob. Look what I found, Norman. What are you saying? I got fall, go find it. Do you know what I was saying last week about beech trees having very, very pointy tips on the leaves? I've just walked past here, it's just gone straight up my nose and touched my brain. God, that hurt. My eyes water anyway.
where's Norman?
He's got his hot ball.
Oh yeah.
He's happy. He's glad. This is where all Norman's golf balls come from. This is a bridge. Look, for the golfers, because we're at middle of Valley Golf Club. Oh, I'm sure another one's just come in. You need a crash helmet on, do you? I'm not saying they're bad golfers, but Norman's found a rubber. This at Open Works, Accrington.
Open works. Accrington.
Hey, some of there's any brick collectors, this is a place to go. There's such a thing. Yates, Plaston.
Plastic, is it? That's that?
Yeah, this is plastic. HRC Wigan, that was the one we found
No, this is
before.
orange.
Oh, it's orange. Oh yeah. And that one says Hindley again, Hindley Green. There's asbestos there. That's worth mentioning.
What's
Are you
that?
videoing? Look at that there. That's a piece of corrugated asbestos. It's safe as anything if you leave it there, but if kids see it and start breaking it up, that's deadly. So if you ever see any kids, don't touch that. It's like corrugated and grey. Kills you. Not straight away, in about 50 years. What's that there? Oh,
Something off a...
rubber.
Looks like a...
Rubber coated. Norman, it's not for you.
Everything's for Norman.
I know. Are you videoing? If anybody knows what that bird is, that's an unusual song for me, that. I wonder what it is. Look at that, a great big sycamore. It's been clinging on for grim death and it slipped off. It's not dead, but Norman can smell something. Probably a water rat or a rat. Water ball. Oh, look at this here. It's started to grow again. Look at this. How old is that? That looks like a tractor wheel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's solid. I did the Norman then. What's the weeds? Look at all them layers, Bob. You've got your proper mudstone at the bottom. Then you've got sandstone. Then mudstone. Then sandstone. I think there used to be a desert here. It was over the millions of years, it used to be a swamp, then a desert, and then the ice age. You got a slicer of it all. I think we're going to have to get out here. The tree fell down and there's a bridge over there, so we're going to have to get out here.
What's down there, David?
What?
Can I get down there?
Yeah?
Go through that tunnel
It's probably better to go.
on the other side.
Yeah, let's see if we can get there.
Well, you can see. See, it was a bigger tunnel, but it made into a smaller tunnel.
Oh, that's all right.
We was on the other side of that.
We can video that. That's the video. That's the other side of the video we did on bridge. Was it bridge 860 something?
Yeah, I think so.
68 or 67. And that video, that's the you came to the top end of that bridge last time, and now we're at the bottom end of it. But look how many bridges has been there. There's a bigger one, and then it's just over here. Norman. Norman. They're not quite out of the bluebells yet. It'll be a sea of bluebells that in a bit. Oh, we're just a bit early, Bob. Well, this is not one for Norman to stamp on like last week. I threw a stick to you so you wouldn't come, Norman. Here, Norman.
He's Boots all over it.
Are you videoing? Right, this is that fern coming up again now. Those are the little monkey's tails as I call them, and that's them starting to uncurl. And there's another one there, and then the ferns come out. So they disappear to nothing in the winter and then rejuvenate every year, those. Now that's not bracken, that's a fern. That's what it looks like. Bracken's a different thing again. But he's playing with... Norman? Have you seen something?
Maybe.
Probably have it. Seems to be a raptor there. That's another ash. I don't think it is actually. Still been killed by mycelium. I mean, that could be some kind of a polypore that's in there. Let's say it bothers a flashy old...
Flappy.
You know, I said about the other conifer, this is bracken. Fern, sorry, it was a fern. This is bracken, that's the difference. And apparently, people say the spores cause cancer, so I think that's only when they're in fall, which is in summer. You have to go put over here.
No, that is Clarty. I'm trapped in the Clark.
This is perfect for mulching. They're loving it. Nice and wet. You say they like it.
You're washing, isn't it?
I'll tell you something.
Bottom.
I'll tell you something, little things do as well. We need to find out how to make Bolton pie. Everybody starts eating it. That's lovely, isn't it? I fancy doing a patch of that in my garden. Just some, that's what the Japanese love, moss gardens. Isn't it beautiful? There's 2 different kinds there. Like that fine one. That looks similar to ash dieback. These marks on the stem.
It's not running.
Norman, look what I found here. Something strange and interesting. Whoa, be careful. This is where 4-wheel drive comes in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wheel spin there, Norman. What's your chin?
That was me, eh? Yeah.
We've just seen from underneath that tree there, so there probably is a nest, a dipper come out. The dipper is a little brown bird. It's about the size of a small thrush, and it's got a white chest. It's like a browny, dark brown, and they fly underwater and eating all the grubs. Well, with this water being so low, it's having no problem finding food. What have you got, Norman? Norman, what I've got. It's like when one at Crow. Instead of crufts, it's scruffs. Look at that one, Bob. Beautiful fern.
Oh, you go, girl.
Well done, lad. That was impressive. Right, well, if you've watched it this far, thank you very much. And now what we're doing is my friend Bob brews his own beer, the traditional way, how you should brew beer, with all the mash and the hops and everything. So we're finishing our walk now with one of Bob's own brew beers. Oh, and they're good. Interesting fact.